laugh about it. Let's go.
Since when did loud music ever put you off? Anyway,
I was just
good
going to
evening.
say, what's wrong with that?
Good evening. Welcome once again, Talkin Fight fans, to another fantastic episode of Neil Adil, featuring Neil Adil himself. He's in the house with a whole ton of music behind him. Too bad about those Maple Leafs last night. I can't believe they blew that 5-1 lead. Anyway, on to bigger and better things. Boxing. Who we got tonight?
No, hold on. We got to talk about the Leafs first.
The entire world doesn't care.
Yeah, we do. They know about the Leafs in the Philippines, guys. We all know you boxing fans in the Philippines, China, everywhere around the world. They only know two hockey teams in the world, Graham: the Toronto Maple Leafs and the Montreal Canadiens. That's it. So anyways, last night, I don't even know what to tell you. I just had to start it off with that. And we've had an interesting day, Graham, with the snow. I've been shoveling all day. It's been piling up. But yeah, we're going to talk some boxing, guys. Thanks for coming out. Oh, thank you very much for all the nice comments. Those are awesome. Everything's been going really nice, but you guys have been giving us a lot of likes, a lot of shares. The subscriptions are still coming like crazy. We're loving it. All right. So I don't know. Do I look all right today? I was a little cold from earlier on, but we're going to talk about this. We were talking about the Detroit Fighters, were we not, Graham?
We were.
All right. So we determined yesterday that we've already talked about three of them, correct?
You're testing my memory again. Well, you talked about everyone from Chris Bird, Floyd Mayweather, mainly Sugar Ray Robinson, Tommy Hearns. Like you talked about a whack of them.
Right. The best of Detroit, right?
Even Joe Louis. So
in the mind of Neil the Deal out of Detroit, that's a sick town, serious cats, and these are the five best. So yes, Graham, you're right. We talked about Tommy Hearns in an earlier episode. We talked about Sugar Ray Robinson in an earlier episode. Joe Louis, right?
Mm-hmm.
We did Mr. Who, Mayweather yesterday, Mr. Floyd.
Mm-hmm.
Floyd, Pretty Boy Floyd, they call him. Pretty Boy Floyd.
You could do Jonathan Banks. He's from Detroit.
What does he do for a living?
That's embarrassing. All right, he's a boxer. Look up Jonathan Banks.
Oh man, I missed that guy. I don't know how that happened. But anyways, hey Jonathan, how are you? Nice to see you again, buddy. There you do. Yeah, okay. Yeah, we look at him. But guess what, Graham? I got a guy on the skid here. And I mentioned him yesterday just so people kind of got the name in their ear. Because I actually watched this guy right around when I first was watching Tommy Hearns.
Yeah.
Which was around in the late 70s, early 80s, so to speak, you know. And he was part of that team. And basically, I think he was the leader of the team. So today we're going to talk about a guy named Hilmer Kente. Hilmer Kente. Ever heard of him, Graham?
Nope.
He's in my top 5 of the best Detroit boxers of all time. You've never heard of him?
No, never heard of him.
Oh, well, I know. Look him up. You'll check him out. Guys, Hilmer Kente was the first one out there, okay, that actually did the job, okay? All right, this is an interesting thought right here. He's the first world title recipient when Emmanuel Stewart was a trainer. Okay, so Emmanuel Stewart was his trainer, and it was Emmanuel Stewart's first world title win. Pretty interesting, eh, Graham?
Okay.
So he had 41 world title wins, but this was the guy who was the first one out of all of them. So I always liked him. I remember watching him. He didn't have a long career, Graham. All right, so let's go through his things. All right. So he was born at James Kente. All right. Changed his name to Hilmer. I don't know why. Maybe I don't know. It's what he did. But his name's James. Like me. Best name in the book. Just talk to the man. He'll tell you about James. All right. So he was born July 20th, 1955. All right. That makes him 65 years old this year. Happy birthday. Maybe 66 coming up, right? And it's interesting, Graham, because this guy's totally not on the radar at all, right?
You got that right.
Like this guy actually, you can't find any information. It's like, what the heck, Hilmer? But anyways, we're going to talk a little bit about him. And Hilmer, if you're out there, sir, I would love to talk to Hilmer Kente. That would be a good one, Graham. And I might work on that one too. See if I'm telling you, he was one of the best at the time. Amazing. So let's talk about it. So he was born Austin, Texas. All right, this is interesting. So he was born in Austin, Texas, but he moved to the Detroit area when he was, I guess, younger or whatever. You know what I mean? So he moved to Detroit. He still resides in Detroit, apparently.
Okay.
So he's living there. He had a interesting career. It was 1977, Graham, to 1984. Right? It's not a long career, really, when you think about it. What's that, like 77, 84? Like 7 years? Yeah, 7 years or something, right? So he only had a 7-year career. He did win one world title, the first one for Emmanuel Stewart. We talked about Mr. Stewart at the Kronk Gym and how influential he's been over the years for fighting across the world. You know what I mean? And so this was the first guy, the first champ that he ever trained. You know what I mean? That's amazing. So I didn't know that. That was pretty cool. So he won the title in 1980 over a guy who I actually remember too. And I remember watching these fights. That's why I knew this guy, because he won the title. And he won it over a guy named Ernesto España. Venezuelan fighter. Venezuelan. España. And he was a serious fighter in the time too. You know what I mean? So let's go over his amateur career, guys. Obviously, he was an amateur. We were all kids once, and then we turned pro, and we're customized like me. You know what I mean? And all right. So, 1973, he was selected All-American AAU boxing team, Graham. All-American 73. All right. Named top lightweight amateur boxer in the nation, 1973. Right. So he fights in the lightweight divisions around 135 pounds. Right. He wasn't a big guy, but amazing fighter. Flashy, wicked speed, wicked footwork. He was a great fighter, this guy. And he, like I say, he didn't have a big career, but I remember him big time. So he won the national AAU lightweight championship, 74 to 76. So 3 years straight he did that. And then I remember he beat a guy that I really liked. Excuse me, guys. Just adjust this a little bit for you. Thanks for coming out, checking me out tonight. Neil the Deal. He beat a guy that we've talked about before. His name's Aaron Pryor. All right, Aaron Pryor. He beat him in the AAU Golden Gloves. All right, which was unbelievable, really, because Aaron Pryor was at the top of his game as an amateur. Like, look at his pro career. We've talked about him. He's one of my faves, Aaron Pryor. So there you go. So he turned pro. Hilmer turned pro. Total fights, Graham, 31 fights, 29 wins. There's a nice record. 31 fights, 29 wins, and 2 losses. All right. You know what I mean? Like that, guys, if you're going to have a fighting career, that's probably a good time to, you know what I mean? If you're going to win, like that's a good winning percentage, right? So he's probably doing something crazy like real estate or something like this. You know what I mean? Like he's off the radar now. So, like I say, again, another stat that I liked about Hilmer Kente, guys. We're talking about Hilmer Kente from Detroit, one of my favorite Detroit guys, the Motor City Boys, Motor City Cobras. Hearns and Kente, we know you guys were the Motor City Cobras. So that's how it all started, Graham? It wasn't just Tommy Hearns as the Motor City Cobra. It was actually him and Kente. They were brothers. You know, they're in the same gym. They're hanging out. They were the Cobras. So they were the good ones, right? So that's what happened. And then he decided to retire in 1984. He had, he only lost the 2 fights. And that was it. I guess he just decided to give it up. So we're going to go over his notable fights, Graham, right? Ones that I actually watched these. I watched these today. I was hanging out. It was a snow day for the kids, right? I'm one of the kids. So, you know, I'm taking advantage of it, right? So,
Yes, I can tell.
yeah, the notable fights, really? The notable
Yeah.
fights today, honestly, was Kente and Espana, right? Obviously. Sean O'Grady. Remember him, Graham?
No,
You don't remember Sean O'Grady?
no.
Okay. I'm should look him up. We're going to talk about him soon. You should be
Okay.
prepared for these,
Yeah, I'll look him up if you look up Jonathan Banks.
Jonathan Banks. Yeah.
Yeah,
What's he do for a living?
yeah. Yeah, you already asked me that, remember?
Yeah, I forgot.
Short-term memory loss, I know.
I forgot. Oh yeah, Johnny Banks. All right.
All
So
right.
the other big fight I liked with Hilmer Kente was against Villamir Fernandez. All right, guys. So if you want to check out the old Motor City Cobra, right, Hilmer Kente, go for it. Awesome fighter, absolutely amazing. So just quick to wrap it all up for this little segment we've been doing, Graham. So
Yeah.
what Neil the Deal's top five? All right, Detroit. All right,
Okay, keep
here's the
going.
top five. You ready?
Yeah.
Joe Louis, number one. Sugar Ray Robinson, number two. Tommy Hearns, number three. Floyd Mayweather, number four. And Hilmer Kente, number five. And that's it. And those
Wow.
are the guys from Detroit. They didn't take no prisoners. They never gave up. They totally fought like champs. They won the titles, and they'll always be remembered. And thanks a lot, guys, for everything. And thanks for coming out tonight. I really appreciate it. Graham, what are you saying?
I'm asking you to click that link that I just sent you.
You're asking me to click the link. Okay, so what's the link say here?
Well, talking fight fans, I've just sent the link to Jonathan Banks.
Jonathan
Hopefully.
Banks. Oh, yeah, this guy.
Yeah. Now what do you say?
I don't know. He's a cruiserweight. Yeah, he's doing some
Oh,
stuff.
oh, he boxes for a living. Oh,
Yeah,
oh.
I know. I don't. I should have. I should have looked him up.
Yeah. But instead you said, what does he do for a living? And where's
Well,
he
you know,
from?
he could have been
Sorry,
he could have been like
sorry, sorry.
could have
Neil
worked in
the
a
Deal.
factory. Could have been a friend
I
of
know
yours.
I know I've stumped the chump here, but where's he from? Where?
Where's he from?
Yeah, where are you
United
from?
States.
Yeah, where? What city?
The United States.
Oh, would that be Detroit?
Might be. Was it Detroit? I didn't look that. I'm gonna watch it later on. You know that. You know I
All
am.
right, Chief. I'll see you tomorrow, man. Have a good night.
All right, guys. Hey, thanks a lot for the likes, the shares. Nice to see you all. Graham, thanks a lot for tonight. Hilmer
No
Kente,
problem.
he's a good one, man.
Yeah, that's
He's
good.
an old. Nobody talks about these poor guys, but we do. On the Neil the Deal show, we'll show you what's going down. All right. So thanks a lot, guys, for coming out. March, Amanda, Andy, Huddy, Donnie. Take it easy, guys. Enjoy.
Kronk Jim.